Hello, it is I, Weapon. I'm Pike. This is Weapon. He's below me.
Yep.
That's
What's
that's
up?
all we need to say. We don't need any more.
All right.
Something is lacking on your head. The hat doesn't go on when we're casting because you get pure Pike. The
Oh,
hat is a different version of Pike.
hmm. All right. So we have a draft on our hands.
We do.
It's actually looking pretty. Besides the Riven, actually looking a little bit meta right now. You've got the Kaiser ban, you've got Lysandra ban, which is no doubt targeted at Easy Life on the opposite side from Envious of me,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got the Malzahar, which of course is the targeted ban at Envy. The rest of it is just pretty much straight up meta. The Kaiser, of course, incredibly powerful. You just can't let anyone get that. And the Ashe, I actually think is an underrated AD carry in this meta, but also just something that I imagine one of the enemy team plays. And
Mm.
if you're gonna start hitting that AD carry pool, that's a decent place to start, right?
Yeah, I love that. I also see the Silas ban. I can't help but corroborate the Lysandra with the Silas ban. You're looking at champions that are very mobile in the mid lane, like an Ari. But I did also see a Zeri being played in the mid lane in a high elo game. So you could be looking at another 80 carry pick, but the first pick, Shyvana, is quite big, and we're seeing a lot of siege coming in.
Yeah, and the Shyvana, of course, buffed on this patch as well. Incredibly powerful with the AD build. Still pretty serviceable with AP, so very flexible. Can go any direction.
Mm.
Have to see what the priority is on the other side, because this is not a high elo game. So there's a couple of places we can go. The Sejuani, of course, still up and available if you want to go that direction. But speaking of this not being high elo, that's a Caitlyn. Probably expect the Morg or the Lux to follow, right?
Look, you think so? You could even go with something a little bit more like a Lulu as well, potentially get a little bit more of an enchanter sort of vibe. I think lockdown is the way to go though. You could look at an Alistair, Nordless, Leona as well is quite strong. But we'll have to see what it gets paired with because she has the largest range in the game, right? Like even if you're a Shyvana in this matchup, you have to get on top of her to really have that impact. But I know for a fact, Weapon, Chosen's Belveth is a fearsome beast. But you can't also, again, on the side note of that, Shyvana is Ironclad's most played champion. He's got over 1 million mastery points on it. This
Of
man knows how to play
course.
Shyvana.
Yeah, of course. So we'll have to see where that's going. We don't know where the other lanes are going besides Envy and Easy. So it could be like a top Shyvana, could be a jungle Shyvana. We have yet to see. But I will say that the Belveth Shyvana match is definitely Belveth favored. The Shyvana jumps in, Belveth presses E, and a lot of that damage just goes away. But Jarvan lock in does throw that a little bit into doubt. So maybe we are looking at a lane Shyvana alongside a ganking at Jarvan in the jungle. So liking what I'm seeing.
No, the big thing
Envy.
here is, especially if you're getting a lot of different mixed match mid laners being hovered over here, and I love how it's messing with my software, but they could be looking into lockdown as support. There could be a Pike mid as well. We know his laning has gotten a little bit better, but there's the center,
Ooh.
and this is a high scaling comp.
Oh, we are cheesing it up. If this is a fasting center, I'm going to be so happy. I recently held one of my duo queue partners at gunpoint
Mm,
and made them play center Cho. I was the Cho'Gath, and if anyone hasn't played that duo, it is disgusting. Definitely worth
mm,
it. As there's the enchanter that we were expecting, the Karma going to be locked in alongside the Caitlyn. So looks like we're going to have a heavily pushing bot side for the red side here, and have to see what they can do to leverage that because this Belveth is a champion who does take some time to come online. You know,
mm.
she does want to get to that 2, 3 item mark before she really has that huge impact that she can have. So having pushing lanes definitely will factor into that. We'll see what Easy Life gets his hands on to facilitate that later on.
I think the big thing with those, you sort of say that those easy pushing lanes is Caitlyn Karma is such a poke heavy bot lane. They're going to have such a strong early prio, but compared to a Senna who will, again, like you said with that Belvet, is going to scale so hard, especially with the Shyvana too. They have to be very careful if they look to get overstep their boundaries. They can get ganked by a J4 pretty successfully. So you got to be a little bit careful about that. Got to see how they're going to play it because, like you said again, Elveth is not the strongest sort of in the mid game. It's the late game where she's on fire, 2, 3 item spikes. But we're looking probably at top lane 2 to look at this. If it's not a Shyvana in the jungle, what's going to work against it? I'm thinking more along the lines of like an Aatrox as well, is quite strong, into a Gnar too with that extra range. So I'm looking at champions like that who are strong.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll definitely be looking for one of those range matchups, something that can nullify the matchup. The other option you can go for is just straight up get a tank. And
Yeah.
on red side, we're definitely looking at a very straightforward, almost like it's a meta comp, really. Like you've
Mm.
got you've got a Caitlyn, you've got a Karma. That's a little bit weird, but it's not something we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Belveth in the jungle, Ornn in the top. This is just looking like a straight up front to back setup with Easy Life and Co. On the other side, looking a bit more dive orientated with the Jarvan Shyvana. I love the
Mm.
center to kind of set it up. Let's just see what this gets paired with because nothing here looks like a support yet. But with the center, yeah, there you go. Like this could actually just be a farming melee champion alongside the Shyvana. I think the Ari starts to make a lot more sense.
Well, we talked about that as well at the start of the game, right? We said that Ari was most likely the pick. You've taken away Silas, you've taken away Lissandra, two of the strongest sort of champions into the Ari as well. But I'm just looking at this Olaf, man. Who's going where? What's going on?
Yeah, this is goofy, and we'll talk about it more. But let's see what gets picked up into the Ari. The Lissandra is banned. You do have picks like the Vex, which are a bit more of a traditional counter. I'm not sure what is in the wheelhouse of Easy Life, but so we're going to get it locked in, and
Oh,
there's going to be the LeBlanc. So Shiv LeBlanc online, it's still good. It's still good. Like hitting minions once and then using your W on them is not a big deal at all. So early wave clear, early pressure. If this is going to be the static Shiv build, going to be definitely in favor of the red side in Easy Life's hands. I really like this pick.
big thing you got to be looking at these team comps, right? And I'll sort of take it to a broader thing before we nail it down into the other champions. We're looking at blue side with like a really strong like split and like sort of pick comp, right? Like J4 wants to get those picks, but you're also looking at that split with Shyvana, Olaf as well. They are better in sort of like those one-on-one sort of fights. Shyvana may be better in a team fight though, but Olaf just says, I'm just going to run at you. So they want to get as much gold into these carries as possible and then wait for the late game and just let them do their thing. But the other side of that is you have such a good siege and protect comp coming out of the red side. That Ornn, like you said, their front to back is so strong. You can't walk up on these towers without getting hit with something. So it's going to be so hard for this team to really be aggressive without forcing these players away from the team. What I'm really trying to see here, Weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's poke, but it's also front to back, and you've got a lot of flexibility there. The other side of the map, like you said, with the blue team, they really do need to get ahead in lane. Yes, they have the picks that can get it outside of the Ari, which maybe you would say struggles at that one item point when the stag ship comes online. This is very much a lane dominant setup. You've got this Jarvan, which I assume is going to be ganking. It's any of these three champions who could be ganking will be able to do so early.
Mm,
And I think that's going to be very important for the texture of this game because if you can get your lanes rolling, if you can get them ahead to a point where you just can't contest,
mm.
then this comp will just dive on your face and run you over. But if that doesn't happen at about 15 minutes, we're even. This is actually a much easier game for the red team to play out. As they
Yeah,
set up around those objectives, get there first, send the on horn at people checking into you. They can just wipe these fights just by default. So a
yeah.
lot of pressure here set up by the blue team to really get ahead, get rolling, and get that game in their hands early on.
So I think let's just go to a short break, and I do quotation marks as we're just going to pause the recording. Then we get into the game, and then we'll come back out of it. How's that sound, Weapon?
Sounds good, man.
I love it. All right, we'll be right back, guys, in literally in 3, 2, 1. Well, guys, we are in game number 1 of however many games we're going to be playing. But Weapon, we've got a bit of a spicy comp going right now, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's good. We've got the confirmation it is going to be the farming Shyvana alongside the center support. So I actually really love this in terms of having a melee champion alongside the center who's going to get set up. And
Mm,
when you get to that mid game point, if you've got that advantage like we were setting up in draft, you can just dive with abandon. The center ult comes over the top, and you just go go go. So it's going to be really exciting if the blue team does get ahead here. We also have the Olaf towards the top side,
mm.
Ghost Ignite. We are going, baby.
That's just the pure aggression that you want to see from an Olaf player all day, every day.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to get the mirrored start from the junglers. So Sarah's going to be pathing bot to top, probably looking to do the full clear and then reset down towards a bot side gank. And the Belveth, of course, we know he just wants to chill. So expect just a full clear into a cycle, maybe look for some sort of opportunity at the end of the pattern. But we're not expecting a whole lot out of these junglers based on the pathing they're taking. The Jarvan could look top, try and disrupt something with the Olaf, but that's a tough gank to pull off the best of times. Maybe get some pressure down and set the Olaf for a decent lane, but you don't expect a kill unless something goes absolutely disastrous for Willy Toucher up the top side.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that the big... What would you say is probably the main lane you're going to be looking at in regards to most aggression? I'd honestly say what we're looking at right now, which is the bot lane.
Yeah, definitely. I think the bot lane is where we're going to see a lot of that heavy trading. You know, the center, of course, is a champion who is unfettered by the need to last hit, but still gets to be an AD carry. So she just gets to punch you in the face every time you step up for a minion, and you see her right there, Dermo getting shot with the Q. Ironclad is remarkably healthy for someone in a lane like this. Okay, he started E, which is why he's just going to be pick up the minions he can. But the harass from this Caitlyn and from the Karma, it's just nasty. Like one bit of crowd control lands, you land the Q, you land the net, you land an auto attack. There it is. Shufel is down to basically no health. It's rough. But once the levels come in, heals from the Q, definitely going to look a lot better.
Oh, look, and the big thing there as well is level 6. The second they hit that level 6 power spike, Shyvana's going to be on top of you. Yes, you do have the mantra as well that's going to be so impactful too to get the shielding, but again, imagine what looks to be, I think, a tank Shyvana, funnily enough, who's just going to keep healing for this Senna. So as long as Senna's in the back doing damage and you have to deal with this dragon that's sitting on your face, you're looking at, but there's the gank we mentioned. Willy Toucher could be taken out low as they do. Go for everything, and first blood to Olaf.
Yeah, there it is. Just caught out of position, knock-up comes through, Undertow locks down the kill, and they just run down this Ornn. Before the survivability comes in the form of the items, he just doesn't have enough to withstand the onslaught, so it goes down early. And this is going to be really good for the blue team here, because as we said, they want to get ahead early, and this Olaf being this huge, Easy Life.
Yeah, Easy could be floored out. The flash forward, double flash ignites ticking down, but he got taken out by Easy Life, who secured the ignite on him. Oh no way, and it's a double trouble in the bot lane as well.
Dermo with the flash forward takes out Shufel. You're still going to have Ironclad onto the tower to farm up, but that's a bit disastrous on really both sides, but really nicely played there by Easy Life. They were talking some smack in the lobby and in the Twitch chat before, and now we get to see the first blood in the game come back from Easy Life. Also, the first blood in that mid lane matchup come from Easy Life, who just returns the kill with the ignite. Really nicely played.
It's nice to see that jungle pressure as well, their weapon. Like, you've already seen that Ceres has been all over the map too. Top lane, mid lane, he's now looking bot as well, so really good to see. But that's a ghost popped on this Shyvana, who, she's just a utility at this point. She's just gone... I didn't actually see Ghost Exhaust with Guardians.
Yeah, Ghost Exhaust. Yeah, I think the Ghost makes sense if you are just going to be diving in there and you have the protection. You don't think you'll need the flash if you've got your team backing you up and you're diving alongside 3 other buddies. And yeah, really nicely played early game by Ceres, who just has found successful ganks across the map. Even if that mid one did result in his mid laner going down, you like the idea from the Jarvan. But you have to keep your eyes on this Bel'Veth, as she is pathing up towards the top side. Olaf is going to probably throw down the ward, I think. But the fight starts.
There's level 5 as well. This is a big Olaf. There's some big axes. You have to be careful as they try to get the knock-up, but they secure the kill. Willy Toucher coming in clutch.
Really nice return kill. Bel'Veth gets up towards the top side, still has a few camps to farm up here, and will likely be able to pick up that scuttle as well. But finally, the Bel'Veth does make her presence known, and she is farming up really nicely. Has about a camp and a half lead. Yeah. And this is actually really boding well for the Bel'Veth. So both sides kind of have their game plan starting to come online. You've got the kill on the Olaf. You've got the J4 kind of rolling around the map, getting what he wants. But it does become a question, Pike, of like, how much do you need to do on this blue side to make your composition relevant against the pure scaling that's going to be on hand from the other side? And I think you definitely need to get a little bit more done on J4 for you to start feeling very comfortable to challenge these objectives in the mid game. That's
exactly where I was about to say. Is it all comes down to how well Beats can execute on this J4 to get his team rolling. Ari needs a little bit of a step up, although you already know that Ari does have that basically 2-level advantage on top of any mid lane anyway, but that's a lot of damage. As the charm goes down, J4 is here trying to dodge it out as Bel'Veth is also here. Chosen wants to get some damage off, and they do already secure Beat. He's taken off the board.
Really nicely played by Chosen Fire. This Bel'Veth isn't the strongest champion in the early game, but when you're in that counter gank situation where you get set up by Envious, who lands the charm, get set up by Easy Life, who lands the charm, it's just so easy. And
that's why it's an easy life, right?
Hey, okay, I get it. Shoe full.
That's some damage, though. That's a tank
That is
Shyvana
rough.
with a sheen of all items. I don't know if they should have been rushing something a bit more tanky to give Senna a little bit of love, but the healer's coming out. J4 is here. He's looking.
He does have the angle on Domo.
Does get one. There's the exhaust going down as well, but the tankiness is there. Penguin is off the map, and it's rough to see bot lane starting to fall behind a little bit. Oh, but there goes the Forge Goddess is looking to take him out. He's just taken off the board too. Will he touch her? Mate.
It's just one kill on this Ornn, and it's just turned into more, and now he's able to just kill Forest between his towers. That is brutal. Ornn, your premier tank, fighter, mage, assassin, does it all still.
Or
But
Jade
really nice
is
kill.
here, but here comes Chosen as well. Probably a bad time. The flash knock-up secured. Chosen Fire is literally the Chosen Fire.
He is getting it done on this Velvet in the early game. Really nicely played. And deviated away from his path to find these opportunities as Ironclad.
Oh, no. Ace in the hole, just not enough. And you can see even Karma's looking for it.
Hello, little spirit.
And she can. She's allowed. I think she's just going to delay the back, which is actually also just as good because you've got this wave crouching under tower. You're probably going to be able to turn the push and send this other wave into tower. And look at that CS difference in the bot lane. 28 to 53 on the farming champions is rough.
We
This
knew
Caitlyn
that.
is going to be huge.
We knew that though as well, Weapon. Like we saw that it was a Caitlyn into a Shyvana. It's a starving Sen attack. You got to start seeing these items online. Like the Shyvana needs to have some sort of tankiness to withstand all this. Honestly, I think an early Bramblevest probably wouldn't have gone astray just to keep alive and stop this Caitlyn from really pumping out that damage.
Yeah, definitely. I think she needed that.
Whoa! So sorry, Weapon. We have just been raided, so we got to stop talking about the game and just dance.
Coach Mike rated my
We're
stream
dancing.
with 24 viewers.
24 viewers from my son, Coach Pike. Now, I apologize, Coach Pike. This is going up to YouTube. We'll be right back. I want to celebrate with you in just a sec, but Weapon, let's keep talking.
Okay, alright. Sorry, you still sound like a robot. I'm catching every second.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
I think it's my computer. We'll have to sort it out.
Oh,
But,
look.
yeah, going back to the point at hand, so the Shyvana does have the Kindle gem now, so a little bit of extra survivability, but definitely doesn't feel like it's going to be quite enough. And this game is very slowly slipping in the favor of the red team, just off of pressure in lane, which actually feels like, yeah, when we talked about how these comps should function with the pressure coming in from the J4, just shows kind of how strong the red side laners are playing this.
That's 100%. I mean, it just all comes down to Chosen. Oh, there's the flash forward with the charm. Shyvana's here. The Dragon's on top of them. As they're going for a little bit more, they do get the clone. But look, you see Chosen off to the side as well. They could look to turn if they spot her out. But tower plates seem to be the goal.
Yeah, it's going to be tower plates. You get the flash out of easy, which is definitely going to reap dividends later on. But you're just getting one plate that's spread across 3 members. Meanwhile, in the bot side, you've got the Caitlyn and Karma just wailing on this tower, taking waves, taking plates, and just getting richer and richer. So, yes, the gank gets easy life flash, but that's really about all you're getting. And what, 50 gold on each person? That's a cannon minion.
Yeah, that's kind of rough as look. They're just going for a shoot. As he does get taken solo, has to pop out the ulti. Jaded, so close as well. But they just survive.
Just survive, but the pressure is mounting, and now Caitlyn's going to be able to reset. Has the Noon Quiver in inventory, so I think this is probably going to be very close to Mythic, because they're just going to make sure this last tower goes, wave goes under tower. And I'm curious to see what direction the Caitlyn goes in, because I think that, yeah, the changes on ADC out of this is a gank coming.
Ironclad doesn't have there's the Cataclysm though as they're going for a little bit more as beat. A couple more autos will still, there's the smite going down. One more hit, the heal comes out too. There's no flash, there's no ignite. They're trying to do everything they can as Chosen is underneath this tower. One more tower shot would have done it, Weapon.
Would have done it, but on the bot side, Jaded played that like an absolute madman, getting out with the skin of his teeth with the heal as well. Now he's going to be able to catch this wave under tower as the resets are going to come through. Just more time bought and more gold earned as well by the Caitlyn. So this Caitlyn is going to be huge after she completes his base and probably gets that Kraken Slayer. It looks like it's just going to be... Oh, she already has the boots. So
She's already got
probably
boots,
get
yeah.
the Kraken Slayer, you start hitting real hard.
But again, we got to start looking at this Shyvana as well. 1 kill on Shyvana now too. Like, that can't be ignored. No deaths. She's going to be a big meat shield in these team fights. Like, I'm also worried about even Ornn in these front to backs in the future. Is going to be a bit terrifying. But first drag, second drag actually, is coming up. What is a weapon?
What is the dragon? I'm seeing a mountain. So
Ooh.
that's actually really good for, it's obviously good for both sides, but I think this is a dragon that if you are on the blue side with the composition they put together that wants to get ahead early, this is your moment. This next fight is actually going to be so important for the texture of the rest of this game because you get that mountain salt, also you get that mountain drake, you get that little bit of extra survivability is going to help you when you start executing these dives, and more importantly, gets you to that earlier game win con, which is going to be stacking those dragons.
Stun's coming down. There goes the dragon on top as they descend. Even more Ironclad trying to do it, but look at Shu trying to hold them back, but does have to flash over the wall. There's the stun. Karma's doing so much, and Jaded is so incredibly low. This dragon's trying to chase her down. One more Q will do it. Secures the kill, but now trying to run as here comes Chosen, trying to throw down the damage. Gets the knock up, but taken off the back too. So low, but the mantra does come out as here comes Isla. He's in this fight too. Gets the lockdown. There's the ignite, and the tick happens. And here's Chosen picking it up, but trying to get a little bit more as the ignite ticks too. Chosen's taken off the board as well. They're looking to get Penguin. It's the Karma versus the Ari. The nine-tailed fox wants blood as she's going for a little bit more, and you can see Life is also here looking to get something. That Charm does go sideways, but they just lock her down, and Ari's gone. They turn it around.
And she just detonates. Easy Life has the Ludens picked up, so it is not the static shield build. He is just looking to execute people. At the pace of this game has been played, he has been so effective at doing that. That skirmish on the bot side does go in the favor of the red side. They pick up the kills. They're going to pick up this tower. A couple of counterpunches found by blue, but ultimately a huge resounding win for red side, and their composition, this front to back, is coming online, and Chosen Fire is kind of playing out of he goddamn mind.
Mate, this guy, he's very good at this game. Oh, you can see Ironclad trying to overstep his boundaries. But no, Chosen is one of those players, man. I've known him for quite a long time. He's been in my stream community for a really long time too. Really fantastic, but he's going for this fight. Does get the knock up. The tank Shyvana could just be blown up. No Merchant's going to save you here as Penguin picks that up. Chosen secures the kill in the backside, but Beats is here, tries to get the iron whip, but here's Ornn. He's TP'd down. He's looking for a fight too as the Forge Ghost guys come out, and they secure it even more. 3 players for 0.
It's just so clean for the red side, and they've got this composition that, yes, it's strong individually, but it's really the sum of the parts. You've got this Karma who provides the shields and just make sure that everyone is safe. The Ornn sets up the engage. Every single part of it just works. Now, you're getting that first Mountain Drake, which again, set up, very important for the red side, but at the very least, you're trading it for some gold on Forest, keeping this Olaf relevant, but he just hasn't been in the fights yet, Pike.
Look, that's what we were saying. He's Ghost Ignited. You see Envious is now trying to stave off 3 members, but he's so happy in a split push weapon. He doesn't need to really join these fights. He doesn't have the TP play. He's looking for those one-on-one fights where someone has to respond to him later in the game, because at this point, he's just going to keep chilling in the top lane, and these teams are very happy to sit back and scale as Olaf, Shyvana, and J4 all get bigger. Oh, his life is going for Shuv. He's going to be locked down and just blown up instantly. Ludens. And then Jaden picks up the kill on Ari as well. No one blocked it.
No one... it's just... You could just get so many picks across the map as well. You got this this composition which actually can play a little bit of poke as well on the red side, so as you get ahead, that becomes oppressive. What I was going to say is, like, this... Yes, the Olaf wants the 1v1s, but Willy Touch is never going to give him that. No. He's going to be with his team, making plays around objectives, getting his team rolling ahead, and now it's going to be the Herald picked up. This is going to be able to be dropped in that mid lane to open up more space on the map for them to set up around objectives. It's just really rough for blue side because they've got this dive composition which has fallen behind about 6k. They just don't have the survivability to make their team work.
And it's just so hard also for this team to stop this constant onslaught that's obviously coming out as Caitlyn takes the mid tower too. There's just nothing you can really do to stop her.
Yeah, it's really rough. And what you're looking for right now is just picks. You're just looking for that little bit of catch CC, maybe from Shufel, from J4, and just lock someone down, get a kill, and you just rinse and repeat that, try and work through little pockets of vision. But I want to call your attention to the map and to that vision, because right now it's red side domination. They're just creeping that vision ever forward. There's a single control ward just on the entrance to Baron where no one is currently playing. So you, as far as like vision, pockets of vision to work with, you have pretty much nothing. And Shufel has just managed to sneak a ward in, but he is on a ward.
He's dead. He's absolutely blown up. No chance in surviving ever their weapon.
It just should not be there. Did have Forest waiting, so probably was looking to combo up with him, but Easy Life was just waiting for someone to collapse on him and just gets the kill. And this point, Easy Life is straight up untouchable on this LeBlanc. It would take multiple members.
And they're sending exactly that. There's the Ragnarok, there's the Ignite, they're looking for the dashes. Charm gets dodged out, Easy Life is all but alone, has to get exhausted, gets locked up, shut down going over to Olaf, and this man's playing for the team.
Yeah, finally Olaf joins the team. Forrest has been power farming up a Storm on the side, has the Ravenous Hydra fully stacked up, looks like he's building up towards, I think that's, no, it's going to be the Stride Breaker. So he is incredibly strong, but Ironclad may be caught.
It could be locked as the Forge God does come down, and he's going to look to lock him up. The Dragon Lady herself, not a chance in hell.
Not a chance in hell. And Easy Life, while they did get the pick on him, unfortunately the rest of the team is still struggling in these isolated moments where they're getting caught out of position, and they just don't quite have the team around them. Ceres he was nearly in trouble.
Look,
Does Chosen fancy it?
still is in trouble as 3 members are coming down.
Yeah.
They lose the smite as Chosen does take the good charm comes down. Cataclysm as well. Penguin, that is going ice fishing right there because you're dead.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate by Penguin. Steps forward a little bit too far, trying to, I guess, back up his team, create some presence, but unfortunately is going to get cut down, and that's really what you need, actually, on the blue side. You're looking for these isolated picks, you're looking for those injections of gold from catching people out so your dive comp can start to function. But it gets worse, by the way, Pike, because there's an Ornn on the other side. So ornaments are happening.
Ornaments.
And everyone's going to have one real soon.
So it's sort of like that late scaling we were talking about with, and might not be what we thought it would be.
It's worse. It's literally worse. we forgot to factor in the Ornn adds about, what is it, like 8k gold worth of gold and items to your team, extra stats. So as those levels come in, it just becomes more and more imperative for the blue team to step up the pace and find those picks and create more space on the map, because right now they're just getting drowned out. That 6k gold lead hasn't exactly grown at all, but it's still there. It's still relevant.
Ooh, charm sideways, but no, they are looking to go on Easy Life again. He has dash back, but it's J4 and recurring. The Spirit Rush has been used. Wait, he's dancing. He's played with them. He's so aggressive. Why did he go back into that as the whole team was there? But look at this Shyvana as well. Ironclad could be caught out, but the man is made of iron. But look at this Chosen Fire. Belveth, the Mama of the Void, is huge. No Spirit Rush available for Envious, and that's an ace in the hole. That's just going to be 2 free, and the Chem Soul is the play.
It's just pure domination from the red side. Ceres may be looking for a steal here. I think he's already thrown the flag down, so that's just going to be a back off, and they just have to accept that they're losing this dragon and going up towards Soul Point.
Soul Point is a big thing here, Weapon. Now I'm going to quickly plug the stream real quick. For those of you in there, if you'd like to join these games, don't forget, just stick around after this. We will have probably 1 or 2 more after this. I do have to be somewhere roughly at around 4 o'clock, so probably only got time for 1 more. But we run these hopefully every Sunday. We've got tournaments and stuff. It's basically off-season. But I wouldn't mind doing this through the week as well, Weapon, if you'd be keen. Just let me know nights and days are free.
Hell yeah, man.
It'd be good practice for us.
We'll work it out.
Get huge.
Yeah, sounds fun. I'm definitely in.
Yeah. We might even get a chance to see if other casters want to come and tune in and just like, I'll be like, hey, I'll just broadcast it. Come cast, get some practice in, just for fun games.
I think we should try and do a caster stack. Caster versus casters.
Ooh. That would actually be sick.
Maybe get Corvi in. Maybe see if Formal's free.
Oh, dude, we could get so many people. I know everyone now.
Yeah.
We'll get Hysterics in.
Maybe.
I want to reach out to Captain Flowers now. He's my next go-to. Ooh. He's low.
We could ask Rusty, but I don't want to play against that man on support.
Yeah, no, he'll
He's too good.
He plays dirty. He plays for the mean plays.
He'll play some Bard. He'll
My
just
boo?
blast us.
Who's my boo?
Forest?
Oh, but looks like there's the Ragnarok pops. They're going for as much damage as they can as Easy Life Dusket has to jump back. And you're just trying to survive this one. Look at the damage of those axes though, man. He secures the kill. That's a 6-2 little block and you still kill her. And they're going on Penguin as well. Time to send her Ice Fitting. There's Orcas in that water though. You gotta be careful in Arctic as Charm lands a little bit more damage, but they do secure the Ari as well. And Willie Toucher is now trying to take on Forrest, but Forrest is a big boy. He just gets blown up. The Bellows Breath. The Cataclysm comes down, forces the Chosen Fire to flash. And they're looking for even more, but there goes the trap, trying to let a little bit more, and he gets out alive.
That's a really good injection of gold into the blue side as they find a couple of kills. They answer it, it gets answered back on the
Oh,
other side.
big plays!
Okay. Huge, actually.
Damn.
Huge, actually, by the way. Now, what is happening there? It's just isolated picks, right? It's this team composition that wants to be together, making these making team plays around objectives. If you're not all together, you get ripped apart.
Chosen, he's going in for this. He wants to keep fighting as J4. All he can do is run flag and drag, might secure it. And here comes Ironclad, trying to hold him alive. Good little sidestep as well underneath the tower. There goes the daggers, trying to get as much damage off. Charm goes forward. Ari is here for cleanup, but look at the shield coming out from that mantra. And they're going for even more as the stun does go down. East Life doing a good job, trying to secure this a bit more, but Envious as well. Just can't land it.
You just can't land anything, and you've got the Karma there to just provide the shieldings. So Chosen Fire goes in, goes deep, but gets the Karma shield to bail him out, get him out of dodge. Now he just goes back to power farming his jungle. This red side still in the lead at this stage of the game and still has that gold advantage. So when they are grouped up, when they're not getting picked off like we saw in that last run of play, they are incredibly strong with the Karma shielding, with the tankiness from the Ornn. And right now, Baron up and available. You've got a dragon spawning 1 minute 42. It looks like the setup is going to be around this Baron and around this dragon, and that's where the next fight is going to happen. And it starts to, you start to ask questions about what the face check even looks like. You've got a J4. That's about it.
That's where there's no. Is there a blue trinket at all? I don't see any blue trinkets on.
No.
Oh, actually there is. Senna has the blue trinket. That's what I was about to say. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
That's the one way you can tell, especially around objectives. That's where you're going to be using that. But Ease Life is on the side here. He's going to get the dash over, and Shook is gone. No chance in hell. 3 auto attacks sends you to hell. Flag and drag over the wall, and Easy Life is there to counter, but they're going to get so much. There's the ignite. 3, 2, 1, and that is dead because Easy Life is just clutching this game. And there's the big laser beam. There's the Forge Cord coming out as well, but they're trying to lock down one more. And this could just be the game weapon. They're feeling huge.
Yeah, they're just going to go straight for the Baron. Easy Life clutching this game. The blue team clutching at straws as they just aren't able to find anything in these grouped up team fights. And it's too much to bring to bear. And right now, Chosen Fire, Penguin Domo probably just going to be able to solo this Baron, honestly, but the rest of the team is coming in for support. The one shining light you do have, Forrest, up to the top side. He's going to have that Hull Breaker soon. And he's got himself a tower. He's got himself a bounty. So he is racking up the gold, and he might just be straight off. Yeah, okay, looking at the gold totals, by the way, if you want to press X, the man is huge.
He's massive.
He is richer than anyone else on this map, but he's an Olaf. He needs the support of his team to get in there if he's not playing 1v1. And he's just not being given the chance to play those 1v1s.
And look at the play now. Olaf's in the backside, but there's a TP for Ornn too. And Chosen Fire could actually just be locked out here if they could just lock it down. But look, there's the Olaf. He has to dash over the wall trying to get the laser. One more, he could do it straight onto it. One more axe will do it. Come on, Olaf, hit that play. Come on, mate. Get that void-seeking lover. Get her out of this game. And there's Jaded as well, doing as much as he can. Ignite goes down, looking for a little bit more damage. Ironclad's taking off the match, but double kill heading over for the Olaf. But he's taking off the map too. It's 2v3. And they're trying to get everything they can. East Life does get the kill. It's a 1v3 now, but that's a big Ornn in the side there. Trying to get the line off hit. Beautiful from Envious. He gets the shutdown. Charm goes down. You got to burn that flash because Chosen wants this blood and run for your life, Envy. Oh,
it's a bloody affair in the river. Really nicely played there. I think that has to feel good for Envy as well, getting that counter kill back onto Easy Life. They've been trading back and forth. Easy has been getting most of the advantages across this game, but Envy does manage to get himself a kill, but the fight does ultimately go over to the red side, and they're going to pick up this Chemtech Drake. And with the way these fights have been playing, Pike, people meme on the Chemtech Drake, but these have been long fights. People have been ending low. That Chemtech Drake is actually going to matter when you're looking at the likes of Belveth, of Ornn. Even the way that the Karma shielding has been coming in for the switchier members, that extra damage, that extra tenacity is going to matter in these longer fights.
Big thing, you look at this Ornn as well, you literally said that. Look at the items, Jackshow, Sunfire, Athena's as well. So he can go into the 1v1 into this Olaf and probably still come out pretty well, considering he's 5-1-4, 8-1-6 Belveth too. You can't back out on these plays because they are so massive. And now Belveth has a Jackshow too. She's not dying.
She's just not dying, and it's so rough for the way that the red team's the blue team's composition wants to play. Speaking of rough,
Envy's not going to be happy with that one, I'll tell you that. As they are going forward, Jaded could be the one, but Ironclad, look at Shoop though, he's already so low, and he started that fight. Ace in the hole could be there, but Ironclad does tank it. There's the flash forward. Karma. Trying to give over some Karma of her own. Look at Chose. Man is hungry.
he is so huge. Forest on the flank.
But the Jackshow is going to come into it. I don't know if he has what he has to do it. There's the crowd control. He used Ragnarok defensively weapon.
Yeah, that's so rough, but Beats is flying in. He's going to have to just back out. And you just can't do anything. And what I was going to say before is, like, this is a composition that wants to dive onto the faces of the enemies with the amount of resistances, extra items, extra damage that they've got set up, and the way that this Chemtech Drake is going to factor into the fights. They just can't do it. It's picks or nothing, and right now the group up is happening. Siege is coming down.
And they're just going for it though. Weapon as well. Chosen does get hit with a charm, but she's just not going anywhere. Forge Gore does get called out. Look at the tower dive this one. If they can get a little bit more, tries to get the flash out of them, but they are going to be able to walk out of this one. Baron buff still in tow. Remember, you got the seedlings that are going to do everything, but Willie Touch is able to take out Ironclad. Their tank, technically, weapon has been taken off the map, and now they're going to be suffering as they're looking to take their base.
This might just be the end here. You can set up the Caitlyn to siege from a mile away. She just hits towers. If anyone dives in, they just get shredded, and Chosen Fire does enough damage by himself. This looks like the end of the game.
Yeah, it could be the GG that we were sort of looking at, not hoping for though, as they do back out after taking 2 towers. We could still have a couple minutes as Forest is looking at the side. Baron's still not up for a couple minutes, but they are looking just to head over their clean rotations. They've got a big wave pushing on the top side. They want to be able to siege this tower too. But we'll see what they're going to be able to pull off this one as they do get the stun flag. Does come through. The flag and drag is there. They get a big laser beam. It doesn't do enough as they go for even more. As Chosen is just so big, and East Life secured the kill, and they're looking for even more.
It's just that one kill. Belveth gets the reset. She's good to go again.
But Shyvana's gone into the backline. Ironclad just blown up anyway to tank Shyvana. Look at the Ragnarok being popped. Olaf wants to come in. Jaded is the line of sight. He's still immune, but that doesn't mean he can't die. And Shuf is here. Envy is trying to do his best, but you've got a big Void Mama looking to do some damage, trying to get as much damage off as possible. Willie, there's the flash for Chosen Fire being so aggressive. He's almost in the fountain, looking to take this one. Look at the shielding. You can't hurt this man. He is unstoppable, and it looks like Red Slide's going to take the win.
Just domination from about the mid-game onwards as they got rolling early, and they just didn't let up on the red side. Completely blasted, and the composition was simple. It was straightforward. It looked like team fights. It looked like a little bit of poke, and as soon as their carries got ahead, this game was unplayable for the blue side. Easy Life had an incredible. He only died 3 times, and he was just blowing people up.
It was absolutely hectic. Now, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your best friend, because Daddy Pike needs subscribers. Well, I'll see you on the next adventure.